Welcome to the NSCRS Racehub, your most reliable NSCRS news on the market. Today, I'm joined with my always co-host, Limes Goods.
Alright, guess let's talk about some points. So, business has overtook Mork in the point standings. This is the same position we saw last year. These two drivers came down to the wire at Charlotte. Do you think that will happen again?
Yeah, I do. These two drivers, they're always competitive, and they're kind of competitive in two different ways. I mean, business is more like the guy who dominates the races and to be just the fastest guy out there, while I think, in my personal opinion, Ski is the more strategic driver and will not always have the fastest car, but able to use strategy or his brain to make himself useful.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with that. Yeah, I mean the deficit. I think it was closer than it was before. It's definitely being cut down, but I don't think Ski has had that great of a run in recent weeks. He might have a good run at one of these upcoming tracks. We got worldwide technology coming up. We got Arlington, Lake Erie, and Talladega. So kind of a lot of either or tracks that we could see speed from either one of the drivers.
Yeah, and while we're on the topic between business and Ski, Business has won the past two races. He won at North Wilkesboro and he won at Watkins Glen. This momentum that Business sometimes has, I'd say he's a very streaky driver, where he can't really dominate a section of the schedule, like thirds of the schedule, but he just gets really streaky. He can win two races in a row and then he'll just fall off for four races and then he's back. Do you think this is going to impact the number 3 team and how their championship is going to end out?
That's a tough question. Considering that they always have speed, it's never that they don't bring speed. It's just a matter of the fact that sometimes they get unlucky, and it's just kind of what sometimes bad luck shows up. So no, I don't think it's his fault at all. I don't think it will affect them in any way. They just, if they can stay consistent, which they usually always do, you gotta be there at the end, and you just gotta make sure you don't get caught up in a wreck or someone doesn't. Yeah, you just gotta make sure you get through the race.
Mm-hmm. Well, on other news, third place points driver right now, Mork, has confirmed that he's going to go part-time next season. After the career he's had in NSCRS, been racing since season 1, he's had a pretty good one. And I bet most of the guys in the garage, they know the statement that he made in this series. And who do you think is going to replace his spot at TRI, or if anyone's going to replace him at TRI?
Yeah, that's another tough question. I think one of the new truck guys we saw at the Glen, Zilla or whoever it was, it seemed like he was pretty decent. So I mean, who knows? I mean, it could be him, but I mean, now that Truck Series has come back and Mop Simp is out, it definitely seems a lot more competitive. and just a lot more racy, and there's a lot more guys kind of, I guess you could say, to choose from.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, it's kind of towards the end of the season. I don't know if there's enough time for him to develop at a rate for him to be ready for full time Cup Series racing next season.
Hmm.
But I do think he might be another dual sensory where he just kind of does. I'm not going to say dominate, but he just shows really good flashes of talent, and he comes
Yeah.
up Cup Series and kind of carries that on. So I think he might be another one of those guys. I saw him racing practice at the Glen. He seemed pretty good. Um, if Duel decides to go back full time, I think he will stay with full pack. I don't see a situation where he doesn't, just because Wolfpack is might potentially be losing business at the end of the season. So
Yeah.
you might want to keep that just kind of statement driver, carry on the back legacy. If that's what you can call it.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you, and I don't really know if anybody is going to replace Mork at TRI. I think that the 31 car is still going to race. As he said, it's going to be part-time, but I I think that next season, season 7, I feel like then Extinct would have to find a new driver, because they've shown to have good equipment, and Alex is a pretty mid-tier driver, and Mork has shown up, and Limes has also showed up to be good, and that equipment being used to good use. And I feel like season 6, it's just going to be Alex and Limes, and then season 7 they'll probably bring in another third driver.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and even if they don't, I think it'll still be good. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Alex has been showing up at least a lot more consistently than he has since, like,
Yeah,
I guess you could say his like departure, like his little hiatus. But he's been showing up a lot more, and sometimes you don't need a fast driver. You see a driver that, I mean, is kind of always just like racing. Just kind of have him there, and kind of like
yeah,
just serve as a backup if like anything happens, and you can just get by, get a good top 3 finish. I think Alex is. That's kind of one of his wonders. He's always finds himself in a spot there at the end of races, and he is pretty decent at capitalizing on it. He doesn't win too much though, but whenever he gets his chances, he definitely gets the chances.
yeah, definitely. Next story is that Max Simk is back in the truck series, but he does have a 5-race suspension. Max Simke's shown flashes of being good, but he's just kind of reckless, and he's pretty much a one-man team at Iron Horse, even though they've signed Milky. Milky he's just not been showing up consistently. I don't really know much to add on that. It's just that Max Simk is back, so
Yeah, like I said earlier, with the truck series kind of having D2 kind of decisions, I changed my mind. uh, I don't know. Maybe Mopson can get his stuff together. He can just kind of maybe actually walk in and be a driver that doesn't wreck everyone. But I don't know. We'll have to see. But with him coming back, this is gonna put a lot more pressure on Extinct to just, I guess you could say, to go part time next season or just full on retire. Because if you don't know, they have Mopsync and Extinct. They have a pretty big beef. So
Yeah.
yeah. So this is just adding more fuel to the fire. I think possibly retire.
Yeah, if Extinct does retire, I feel like he'll still stay in NSCRS. He'll still probably own TRI. But yeah, I definitely um so reports have been coming in from the NSCRS garage that Hyogi is working on a new chassis. What are your thoughts about that?
Um, Definitely a really big surprise. I mean, I thought the season that the new chassis was. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I really like it. I mean, saw like a bunch of guys who haven't really done that great before, like done great this year. For example, Limes. Before Tank Chassis last season, he only had one win and like I want to say maybe 8, 9 ish starts, and then this season he has about the same, and he already has I guess technically 3 wins with his sweep at the Brickyard, and then the All Star race, and just I mean he's been on pole for a good bit of these races, but yeah, this is gonna shake some things up. It might change some people's minds about retiring or staying. I know Extinct was a big hater of this chassis, so
Yeah,
maybe if he likes this new chassis, he might just stay. If you don't know, Extinct does not have the season he's wanted to have. Um, Already he's been hit with that big penalty at the start of the season for expanding his fuel box by a couple studs, and
thanks.
he got got in trouble for that. And not to say that he's not good anymore, but he just I don't know. He just I mean I remember Extinct being the guy that would just kind of come in and whoop everyone, but I mean he's
Yeah,
just not as fast as he was in this chassis. So this might just change his mind if he wants to stay or not.
yeah. Um, Extinct definitely has not adjusted well to hinge chassis. I feel like most everyone else has. Like you see Business and Ski, who has always ran up at the front, are still continually running in the front. Um, yeah, I like you said, this could make or break Extinct's career. I don't know. Wouldn't
Yeah,
be
definitely
surprised
very
if he did retire at the end of the season.
but yeah, definitely very uncertain for his future. But let's talk about some silly season here.
Yeah,
Again, like we said, some shoes need to be filled after the end of the season with more going part time, and T Riser needs someone to fill in full time. Wolfpack, they need someone with business possibly leaving and retiring. Um,
there's even rumors that Ski could retire, and I don't know anybody in the league that could replace him
yeah,
in MEI
definitely.
right now.
Yeah, that I guess kind of what I said in the last race or a couple ago, at least the first one, but this might be the start of a new era for CRS. You know, a lot of these guys who, as you could say, OGs, you know, started racing season 1, season 2, or season 3. You know, just kind of leaving to go, I guess, focus on other things. And
Yeah,
yeah, it definitely sucks, but that's just kind of how it goes. Yeah, just um.
yeah,
It's gonna be really hard if AOE doesn't. Um, I guess you'd say like expand NSCRS. Not saying he has to make it like a 20 car like next gen league, but I think if he can just like advertise it more, have just like at least consistent like 6 drivers show up, but I think we'll be fine.
yeah.
But again, one of the things I said last race up was uh we've seen more people coming in from D2. There's a lot of guys kind of waiting that are on the line, like, okay, well, I'm thinking about going full time. Um, but they just kind of like show up for a race and they don't seem that good. But I mean,
And a problem that I think with the truck series is that there was a 3 week buy. And when you have guys join the league and be like, hey, like, when's the next truck series race? And then someone says in the next 3 weeks, they just kind of lose the enthusiasm or their interest in the league, and then they find something else. So I feel like this next few stretch of truck races, I feel like we'll bring a few more people in because there's actually going to be truck races. But I feel like season 6 is going to be a down year for NSCRS. Mostly because a lot of rumors of people retiring, people going part-time, that have consistently showed up to races, like Business saying that he might retire at the end of this season, or Ski, Extinct. You know, these guys who have been showing up to these races since like season 2 and season 3. I feel like, you know, there's a necessary recession in NSCRS if we don't get enough truck series drivers to fill in for these veteran cup drivers. But season 7, I would think everything would probably go back to normal, maybe even higher. But yeah, that's what I think the league is gonna go at this current state.
yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think this will be good for the future of NSCRS. Just I mean, this league has always been a very like I guess you could say just good quality league, just like driver issues.
Yeah,
I think you can kind of agree with me on that.
yeah,
Just a lot of potential. Haley, amazing developer. Like there's a lot of guys extinct on business. I mean, who are great at developing tracks, and you can I guess kind of chip in for some of the stuff. But definitely, I think that NSRS is heading in a new direction.
yeah. And you know, like, it's just rumors. You know, they might not retire, but what if, just hypothetical, like, what if Ski and Business, but Extinct doesn't retire? So now Extinct is in a field full of new guys or newer guys. Or, you know, what if Business stays? Or what if Ski stays? Like, if that happens, I feel like season 6 will be probably the least amount of parity because these veterans just know what they're doing and they're gonna whip the field.
Yeah, definitely. I think next season, if that is the best case scenario, you're really only gonna have Limes, Extincts, Alex, and
Joel.
Mason there. Oh yeah, Duel too, I guess. But I mean, Duel's still relatively new, I guess. But
Yeah.
is still like very experienced. But yeah. Just it's gonna be very different. We saw in the first season of the next gen of NASCAR or I guess necessarily when new drivers came up, the sense of respect went down. I have a feeling we might see something sort of like that, especially with drivers like Mop Simpkins, um, just plenty of other
Yeah.
guys who may not be as experienced or don't know that much of racing etiquette. Might see something sort of like that in the garage just in the upcoming seasons.
Yeah. I agree. And I kind of want to finish the show on some hot takes that we have. Do you want to start off, or do you want me to do it?
Um, no, you can kind of go ahead. Yeah.
I In my completely humble opinion, I think that at the end of the season, Extinct is going to win 3 or more races. Because he has nothing to lose. Because he is already so down on points. And I know we were just talking about how it's been hard for him to adapt to these cars, but he's been getting faster. So I would not be surprised if he would win 3 or more races at the end of the season.
I mean, that's something I can partially agree with. The aspect of him having nothing to lose, I can definitely agree. You saw at North Wilkesboro, he was just kind of, I mean, he didn't give any thought. He just was kind of wrecking people and moving people and he kind of did whatever. And yeah, definitely, he has nothing left to lose. If he gets suspended, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, towards the end of the season, anyways. He got new season starting up soon after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely has nothing left to lose. But I don't know. I mean, it's tough. I mean, I know we talk about it being towards the end of the season. I mean, we still got like 8-ish races. Yeah, 8 exactly. I mean, I don't know that. I mean, that's a pretty big chunk of the races left. I mean, we got Darlington Extinct, pretty good there.
Yeah.
The street Vegas street course, that's gonna be very I don't know. And
Yeah.
then we got Martinsville, Charlotte, and then Vegas. Those might be tracks that he'll be good at. But I don't know. It's very I don't know. I mean, that's a pretty hot take, but I personally just don't think it'll
All right. Do you have any hot takes?
Yeah, I actually do. I have a hot take that I think not necessarily a Pacific guy, but one of these guys that have developed in D2 for long enough, either Duel or someone else. You know, they're gonna come full time next season, and they're gonna immediately show that they are fast and that they can compete with these cup guys. I mean, I mean, Duel like Duel is one of the fastest drivers right now, even if he isn't full time, and I think he's a very dangerous driver whenever he has a fresh start and he can kind of I guess you say regroup himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, you definitely want to be really careful with him here, and I think
Mm-hmm.
he'll either him or one of these guys come from D2 and do
Yeah.
good things next season.
That's not a ridiculous thing to say because he did win at Rockingham, which was one of the few first races of season 5. Yeah, I would agree. I'd say that's more of a colder hot take because if Duel does go full time, or anybody else that you're talking about, they're probably going to snatch up a win if they are that good in trucks. But yeah, I agree on that. I got one more hot take. I say that Ski doesn't win. Doesn't win. He doesn't win again.
Like ever, or just like this?
No, at the end of no, not ever. Just at the end of season 5, he just doesn't win.
I can definitely agree with that. I mean, Ski definitely, not that he's not a fast driver or anything with the speed, but I don't know. He just kind of, uh, he's just one of those drivers where he's always consistent in terms of like top 4, top 3 finishes, but he's never been consistent to show like a race winning pace.
Yeah. And these next couple of races, I'd say his strong suits are either those intermediates, which is Charlotte and Las Vegas, and you can throw in Darlington, Worldwide Tech. But I just something in me is like he's still gonna put up a good points battle, but he's just not gonna win.
Yeah. Yeah, I just it's something to do with the speed of business. Like,
Like, I would say that Ski is a more consistent driver than Business. Business is more flashy in how he wins, and then he gets last the next race.
yeah, and I actually think that business is he's gonna stay streaking and win he's gonna win definitely like at least one or two more races before the
Yeah.
end of the season.
Would you say this is my last one? Business.
The last season?
No.
Or
No. Business wins, gets to the double digits. He has 6 wins right now.
oh no, you gotta get 4 wins. There's 8 races left, so he would have to win half of the races left if he wanted to do that. No matter how fast someone is, things are just too certain.
Yeah, but I say that because the next couple of races, he's been notoriously strong at. Like, Worldwide Tech, he won last year. Darlington, one of his best tracks. Charlotte, another track he's strong at. Las Vegas, he's strong there. Martinsville, he was super fast at the beginning, but just couldn't quite get it done. Those are 5 races that he could potentially win. But like, like after this whole entire season and like before, he gets streaky. But I feel like these final races he could get streaky and then win 3 or 4 races.
Yeah, I mean, now that you said that, it definitely seems a lot more feasible. But then again, like I said, like you never really know what can and will happen at the end of these races.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely.
All right. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I think kind of wraps up today's show.
All right. Well, thank you for anyone who tuned in. I am busy. Nope.
Your name is Mopson, and my name is what's like someone in the graveyard of NSCRS?
Your Communismo XD.
Oh, I'm Communism XD.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
The weeks or next.